You should have had the whole family. We've been like Wu-Tang in here.
I know, right? I should have. I would have too. You know I would have.
So it's really surprising nobody has ever asked the entire family to do a podcast.
To do a podcast?
Guess what? Now that's why you about to have our own.
Right.
I think I'm going to think of that next. Have the
There's
whole
a lot
family.
of us though. I don't know if we can do this.
But I thought of G. I really thought to have G.
I would be fine.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that.
Okay, welcome back. This is the No Relevance Podcast. Now today is a special day. This is our fashion joint, right?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody got to do something. We got to do something too. And today is about the fashion world, but it's also about Harlem.
Yes.
And so today we bringing together some icons from Harlem.
Love
No
that.
pun intended.
Okay.
Icon Ash.
Yes.
And Mr. New 5001 Flavors himself.
Yes.
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
You got to put the doctor
Thank you.
on
Gotta
it. It's
put
not
that respect on
yeah.
that.
It's a certain level of respect when
Yes.
you say that man's name.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And this
soon
is
to
like
be worldwide known, but right now this is what Harlem is.
Right.
When you need your custom garments, you got to go to the doctor.
You're right.
To
I
get
like
right.
that. I like that.
Go to the doctor,
I'ma
get
use
right.
that
Go
some
get your
promo.
checkup.
Yeah,
Go
go.
to the doctor and get your checkup if you're trying to be out
Get
there
your
right.
fresh up.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Get
use
your
that as some
fresh up.
promo.
Fresh up.
I like
Go
that.
to the
I
doctor,
like
get
that.
your
I like
fresh
that.
up.
Definitely.
Icon Ash, I've been seeing her do her work with certain brands. I seen you did a bag with some people before.
Yes, MD Wallace. Mm-hmm.
MD Wallace.
Okay.
And
We
then
don't fuck with them no more.
No, they stole.
Yeah, they did.
Because that's how the culture do.
They did.
They use us for when they need us.
Yep.
And then they take our ideas and they run with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you dropped your own bag
Yes, I
after
did.
that.
Yep.
How was that doing?
Yep. The book bag is doing really well. We'll be on our third. We're almost sold out of our third restock of it. I collaborated with this incredible nonprofit organization called Justice for Black Girls.
Yeah.
And so instead of it saying "Be Iconic" on the book bag, it said "Black Girls Are Iconic." And
Nice,
so
nice.
that it did really, really well. We have only a few more left.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
That
nice.
means
I
go buy them. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Period. Exactly.
I want to thank y'all for joining us today. Thank you. I'm so excited to do this. I was reaching out to the both of you I instantly was like, I know Fashion Week is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, who would I have for Fashion Week if I wanted to do an episode based on fashion? And I was like, oh, I instantly thought of you, Kels.
Right.
And then I,
I mean,
was
why
like,
wouldn't you?
exactly, right. And I wanted to keep
Hold
it in
on,
the...
you thought of him or I did?
Oh, you know what?
Damn. You just
Damn.
threw herself under the
Damn.
bus. She
That's
set
crazy.
herself up for the throwdown.
Why would you do
crazy.
She
that?
mentioned you, and I said we need someone to do. I'm like, oh, Kels.
He
She's
did.
like, oh, that's great.
Damn.
I'm like,
Initially, so
See, I
let's
knew
get
it.
this straight. So let's
Shit.
get this straight. Initially, you thought of me,
I thought of you.
and
I
then you thought of Kels.
Yes.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Yes,
Makes
Okay,
yes.
sense.
yes,
I
this
can
is
see that.
we working together.
We working together, and he
Okay.
did.
I'm gonna
said
let her
that.
take the
Yep.
credit next time.
Exactly.
I'll sit back,
You really
know.
could have let me take
I'm sorry.
the credit, though.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry,
You
boys.
really could have. But he did. I said, yo, who can we pair Ash with? And he said, yo, I like Kels. And I said, you know what? But I feel like I thought of that, but just,
Didn't
say it.
Didn't
You gotta
say it.
verbalize
It be
it.
like
I
that.
understand that. I
Yeah,
understand
I really
that.
do feel like that.
Okay.
So I want to thank you guys for joining us.
You are so welcome.
I
Thanks
want
for having
to,
us.
yes, and I want to thank all of the subscribers and all of our followers and our views. I keep looking at it, I stalk it, and I am super proud of the progress that we have made. So I definitely want to shout out to everyone that has been tagging us, asking questions, and just giving me ideas. Thank you, and we appreciate that as well. Okay, Kels,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to introduce yourself?
Am I looking directly at the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. How you guys
Yes.
doing? I am Kels Barnett, designer of 5001 Flavors, owner of Harlem Haberdashery, owner of the Gold Standard Boutique, upstate Poughkeepsie, New York. I got a bodega, the Gold Bodega, upstate New York, Dead Couture, and the founder of Take Care Harlem nonprofit in Harlem, which I do a lot of great community work, and I need all of the help that I can get. So
Nice,
Take Care Harlem.
nice. Thank you for joining
That was
us.
a short version.
That was a
I would
short-
take
you
3
got a
hours.
long
That's
ass
what you doing
bio.
now. But I would love to hear about how you came up and how you got into the fashion world and got with 5001.
Oh
guys
man.
and
So again, the short version. I was there from the inception of 5001 Flavors. I know people people think I just randomly joined, but Shay is my actual sister, my blood sister. Shay and Guy were dating. I remember the first time I met Guy, he had the worst car I ever seen in my life. He had a horrible sound system. So it's funny that he has nice cars and nice sound systems now. He would come pick my sister up. I'm like, who the fuck is this man with the thick ass mustache? So and then I remember him just always being fly. And then one day Shay saying, you should start your own company. Like, you always dressing fly, you dressing the guys from the community. Like, yo, start your own brand. And there's always like controversy how the name started. It was Levi's 501 jeans, and then the saying at the time was Audi 5000. So everybody has a different version of how it became the 5001 flavors. Then it was Carvel ice cream. What's your flavor? Our first saying was it ain't ice cream from Carvel ice cream. So it was a controversy of how 5001 actually got its name. I know it's from Audi 5000, and God just put the one because we got more flavors than Carvel. He don't remember because he just doesn't have a good memory. Coming up just naturally in Harlem, everybody think they fucking fly and shit. And I always wanted to be in fashion, but when we were starting 5001 Flip, none of us knew what we were doing. We didn't know how it would work. We didn't know how it would fit into our life. It was just working. So I never really thought about doing that because it was, like when something is available to you, that's not something you want to do.
Right.
So like because 5000, we was making clothes for celebrities, and I grew up around celebrities and my favorite rappers, my favorite athletes. That wasn't a job to me. So, and then just going through life, being fresh. I got best dressed in high school all the time, and that was the epitome of my success at the time.
You get best dressed in high school.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Is that in your yearbook? You know how?
It's in my yearbook. I'm not just saying it. It's in my yearbook. Anybody right in Harlem, anybody went to high school with me know. Like people be saying that, and nobody got no proof.
Yeah. He posts the proof.
All the time.
Him and Chi, who's really big on social media.
Cheese Smalls. Shout out to Cheese Smalls. We got best dressed in high school.
Yes.
And people like surprised when they find out that we're actual real friends. We're like, yo, we got best dressed in high school.
Right.
But I hated high school. I hated everything about school. I hated the structure of it. I literally only went to school. And anybody went to high school.
Dressed.
That's the only reason I went to school. I had perfect attendance and failed everything. I don't even know how. And what's crazy is, shout out to Cheese. She was the reason why I graduated high school. I had to go to night school, and it might be a statute of limitations now. She did all of my work for night school to make me graduate. So I graduated. My sister, no lie, forced me to go to college. She was like, you're not going to be on Lenox Avenue. You're not going to be standing on the corner. That's honestly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an aspiring corner guy. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. My sister literally
I never
forced me.
took you for that.
We from the same block.
No, but we used to be outside. But to be honest, like the ones that was on the corner,
that's
all
why it worked.
day, exactly.
That's why it worked. If you really think about it, none of us was like that. It's just that you seen
Right.
Rich Cole and not me, but that's why it worked for them because they was just there. My sister literally forced me to go to school. When I went to college, I said, "Oh shit, school is actually easy." I realized I hated high school. College was easy. So once I got to college, I said, this shit not so bad.
Because in college, too, you have more choice.
And it's on you.
It's on you.
And no teachers don't give a fuck if you go to class or not. So I stayed there. And I said, oh shit, I'm really about to graduate. So I remember going into the building, the registrar building. They was like, yo, do you want to do your master's? I'm like, not really. But my real goal in life was to always be better than my sister because she was like my North Star of everything success. Because by that point, 5001 Flavors was taking off, and I was doing little designs here and there and making stuff for myself, making stuff for other people. But still, I'm not thinking of 5001 Flavors. So I go do my master's. I had no reason to, only to be better than my sister.
Okay.
Once I got my master's, no lie, I applied for probably 800 jobs. I never got one job interview. I said, you know what, fuck this shit. So I started doing fashion. I just happened to find two things that I love, fashion and community work at the same time. And both of them actually took off. And then, long and behold, I remember Guy Shay say, yo, we should open up a store. I was like, oh, that shit is dope. And originally, we were going to name it 5001 Flavors. But if you think about it, most people connected that to celebrities. Right. That's why we named the boutique Harlem Haberdashery, wanted to separate it. Because most people believe, oh, I can't afford 5001 Flavors. That's too scary. So it blows people's mind when they come to Harlem Haberdashery, like, yeah, this is really 5001. Then you explain to them, like, oh, that makes sense. So it's like, now, what's dope about it is that now Harlem Haberdashery, which is our 13th year, is its own brand. Aside from 5001 Flavors, it has its own following, its own lane, and people are really surprised, but they they love when they find out about it because they remember 5,001 Flavors from the 90s.
Right.
So when people hear, oh, this is, oh, y'all still, like, yeah, we still going. Then we explain, yeah, we got our own liquor, we got our own water. They're like, oh, and then I explain the family. It just blows people's minds. So I'm really proud to be a part of this family and this brand. We in our 33rd year in fashion. I've been a part of fashion my entire life. I've seen every trend. Guy Wood, who is, in my eyes, in our eyes, is a legend among legends. He is
mine as well.
the fashion blueprint. The only reason
Yes.
he's not here is he's not really a good interviewer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
Some
it's like,
people are not like good
no,
interviewers.
he's a shit talker. He's not a good interviewer.
He
So
gonna pop
He want
that
to get the
shit.
deal done.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
So
it.
we're-
He gonna give us our viral moment though.
right.
He will 1,000% give
Especially
you
if
your
you get a
viral
drinking.
moment.
Especially if you get a
His
drinking.
wife will be pissed though. No
Yeah.
lie.
But-
Shay will be
But
livid.
I'm proud. I've always been proud to be a spokesperson of my family brands, and even Ashley being a part of it has taken us to another fucking level. So all of this has been incredible. I still can't believe that we're here when people big us up, like, because I'm just going through the fucking motions.
Right.
None of this shit is a big deal to me until somebody explains it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think all of us are.
Yeah.
We all literally just with our heads down
We
trying
don't
to
notice
figure
it.
it out. Yeah.
And it is what's dope about it is a lot of times I don't like if somebody randomly hits me on Instagram, I don't know who the fuck that they hit me is for until you see it somewhere, until you see somebody's wedding on TV. You're like, oh shit, because we don't give a fuck, because that's what I learned. Like, God, I don't give a fuck who the deal is for. Everybody gets treated with this with the same amount of respect.
Right.
all
Oh,
the
that's
deals.
good.
The only person God said he like lost it for was Michael Jackson. That was the only
but
person.
that story- yeah,
that
yeah,
story
yeah.
is
But
incredible.
that's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
That'd
that's.
have been your viral moment right there.
Right.
If you
That
told his
story is
Michael Jackson
hilarious.
story,
Right.
you
Yeah,
would have went
that's
viral
like-
for sure.
But I also think that's what kept us going for so long, is that we really don't give a fuck, man. Everybody gets treated with respect. Shay likes to say everybody has their red carpet moment, and I absolutely love working with my family. Shit is still a dream, and it is like
And it doesn't
mind-blowing.
feel like work, I'm sure.
No, it really doesn't.
doesn't.
No.
Never.
Especially when you do what you love and
Exactly.
looking good doing it.
Right.
Right.
So it's
right.
like whatever.
And because it's not a facade to any of us. Like all of us really love it. Like we
Yeah.
love trends. We love like, like bringing ideas to the family. Like that's something that we all literally like work aside, bond over anyway.
Right.
So it just makes it even better that we get to do it like for ourselves.
How did you two come together? Because I know Harlem, though. Harlem is small. We
Yes.
all, have someone in common.
Yes.
How did you actually meet up with
So
Cal?
I love telling this story.
Okay.
It's like one of my favorite stories. So I'm from like a few blocks over from y'all. So I'm from 40th between
Okay.
7th and Lenox.
Actually, and it's crazy. I grew up with you.
Yes.
Yeah, you
I grew
did?
up with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but we weren't like we didn't like hang out or
That's
whatever,
Harlem,
but we
right?
were
That's Harlem.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Harlem
okay.
thing, very much a Harlem
39th
thing.
Street Park.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, so I know her from kids.
From
Okay.
young.
Yeah,
Okay.
from
Yep.
young, but we just never ran
Right,
the same
okay.
thing.
Can I tell you something very funny? Back in Twitter days, and this is when Twitter was like new, like fresh and
Yeah.
new, and when like anybody that like followed you, you had to know them. It wasn't like now where social media is a free for all. Like
Yeah.
anybody could just follow you. And I remember it was like early like Twitter debates about like men and women and just kind of like the double standards and what men can do and what women can do. And I remember I was just spitballing my ideas about like, just my own personal feelings about like women or whatever. And I remember you retweeted it and was like, this girl has so much sense. Like, why more of y'all aren't speaking like what she's saying?
See?
And I was like,
I know talent.
and I was
know
like,
talent.
I know talent is tears. And I was like, wait, so maybe he does remember from like 40 or
Yeah.
whatever. But I never knew. But I just was like, well, maybe he just agreed with what I was saying. But it's so funny because even back then I was like, damn, I wonder if he remembered me from uptown. But
for sure.
yeah,
Hell
but
for sure.
so I'm from 40th. And what ended up happening is, of course, we knew a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
So what
From
ended
Harlem,
up
your circle was always
Right.
always intertwined in some way.
6 degrees. some kind of
1,000%.
way.
It might even in Harlem it's like 3 degrees.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
lie.
Right.
So y'all remember like BBM days when that was like a thing when
Blackberry,
everybody
yes,
had
of course.
Blackberries
Yes.
and BBM
Yep,
Messenger
yep,
and that whole
yep.
thing. So I had put from a kid I've always like just been very into my appearance. That's one thing that my dad and my grandma were very, very big on. Like you're not wearing a headscarf outside.
Right, yep.
You cannot. It's no red nail polish on your nails. That's for
I love
like
that.
floozies.
Yeah.
Grandma
yeah,
is
like,
queen.
yeah.
Ladies of the night.
Right, exactly. That's for ladies of the
Yeah.
night. So you could not. So I've always just been very, very big on my appearance, just because that's just been ingrained in me. And so I was like starting to like make people pieces. I would wear things. I would like buy things, customize them, and wear them a certain way. And people would ask me all the time, like, "Where'd you get that from?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I made it." So enough people ask me that, I'm like, I'm about to start making things for people because people are really asking me for it. So I remember doing like this promo photo shoot with me and my daughter, and I put the picture of these jackets that I customized with like the spikes and remember the letters, like the rugby letters. You could go get letters from rugby.
I also think back in the days for my daughter, you did some Converse.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the
I
connections.
did. She was like little.
Yeah, baby, you actually did some Converse.
Some
Her mother
Converse
got them
with
from
it.
you.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I knew her because we was from the
And
same
the
block.
mother from the right block
Yes,
over.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
All right, we working, we cooking. Relax. We cooking.
We cooking, right. So what ended up happening was I put one of the images from the photo shoot as my BBM icon picture. So Kel sees that and he's like,
Because I hated studying.
yeah, he was like, yo, that jacket is fucking fire. Like, where'd you get that from? So I'm like, I made it. So he's like, no, like, you dead ass? So he's like, I got some stuff, like some jackets. Would you make some jackets for me? So I said, of course. So we just started like talking, like, you know, like back and forth, just in BBMs. Because remember, that was like the thing at that time. And so he would send me, like, if him and his friends were having a party or whatever, because, you know, MH threw the best parties in that time.
Hello, yep.
So he would, like, if they was at that, so if they was having a party, he would invite me to the party, whatever. And then, again, the 3 degrees of separation, I was working with his cousin. So what happened was me and Isha would be at work, and she would be like, oh, yeah, well, such and such, I'll be in the city this weekend because my cousin is throwing a party. And I was like, oh, okay, well, who's your cousin? Kel. So I'm like, wait, that's my friend. So she's like, oh, it's lit. So if she was doing something at their house, I'd be over there, Kels would be over there. Or I'd be at the parties, or Isha would be like, I'm coming to get you, we going to the party, whatever. So we just all were like intertwined for like a couple years. And then when it was time for Harlem Haberdashery to open, he was like, my family is opening a store. Can you come help me? He's like, because it's wild inventory. I got to fold a bunch of shit. And like, it's a bunch of stuff that we have to do for the opening. Yeah. So I was like, no, like, you don't even got to ask twice. Because I'm now at this point, I'm like really wanting to do this at the time. I was working at Mount Sinai, but I'm like, I need like a break out of that. Like, this is what I really want to do.
And there's some people you just want to rub shoulders with, too.
But we were already cool.
Okay,
So it wasn't even, remember, we were already friends at this point.
Right.
So it was like, sure, you want me to come? I help you. I didn't think anything of it beyond
That was
just
nice.
helping my friend.
Yeah.
So I went there. I remember, we might have been there till about like 3 o'clock. The night before that Harlem Haberdashery was gonna open, like folding t-shirts, and that's when he was like heavy on his dead couture stuff. So he was folding t-shirts and just doing everything to get the store ready and presented for the next day. So I go home, I'm so hyped. I'm telling my friends, I'm like, yo, we had the best time. We set the store up. It was amazing. I'm like, grand opening is tomorrow. Like, everybody got to pull up. Because now, at this point, this is a big thing in Harlem. So I'm like, we all, like, a few of my friends came, and it was like a whole thing. And when I tell you, we have been like this, like, ever since. So, like, we'll go back and forth, like, brother and sister. Like, we'll absolutely, if we don't agree, we're going to tell each other, we do not agree. I think you're wrong, whatever. Like, we've just been crazy tight ever since, and nothing ever, like, he was like one of the first people, like when my husband was like getting to meet my friends, like him and my husband speak without me, like my husband is integrated into our whole friend group, like, so it's just like literally a family. Like, there's nothing that happens like with our kids, nothing that all of us are not a part of. So while we may not be family by blood, like, that is my family. Like, nothing is happening without them, and vice versa, same on our end.
So the one part that Ash didn't, I don't know if maybe you don't, no, you do know this. So Shay asked me one day, hey, do you know, so the thing about Shay and Guy that I absolutely love is they give information away for free.
Yes.
There's no gatekeeping.
Yep.
I was literally, like, my OGs in the business and fashion world, I wish everyone had that. Guy will put anybody on. All you got to do is literally say, I want to be put on. He'd be like, bet. Yeah. Shay will give you. Shay is literally, my sister Shay is probably the smartest person that I know. Not one, but she is literally the smartest person that I know. Yep. I don't know what it is. Me and her the same but different.
Shout out to Shay too.
No, Shay is
big shout out.
You can ask Shay about credit card, real estate, taxes. You
literally.
like, how the fuck do you know all of this?
God, I say all the time that guys, literally, his favorite sentence is, I don't know, ask Shay.
And that's my favorite sentence.
Yeah.
That's my favorite sentence. So, and that's even like even.
I want my brothers to look up to me like that. I want you niggas to talk about me like that at home.
Right.
You gotta earn that.
You gotta earn that. You gotta earn
You
that.
gotta
So
earn
Shay was like, we wanted to expand the family, but we didn't know what we wanted to do. Shay literally asked me, yo, do you know anyone that could come aboard? And literally, she said, join the family. I said, I got the perfect person. Ash had already been around. She already piqued interest. She came. I still got this picture. I actually got it framed in my house. The day that I told the family she was coming, we put Ashley down, if you can do that with someone like her, and she literally took off. And sometimes we jump on her back and she goes up. See, and that's the dope thing about my family is that what's dope is everybody, like when we form, it's like Voltron, but everybody is a leader and everybody has their moment, everybody has their shine.
Right.
Ashley came in, fucking hit the ground running. She connected with God because I don't like chilling with God. He talk too much.
First of all, let me tell you something. God is one of my favorite people on this planet.
But Ashley came and hung out with him. I said, yeah, you go hang out with him.
And it's perfect because I love the stories. Like he said, like he'll tell, like he's
I
a
heard
shit
all the
talker,
stories before.
And he's a shit talker. I love it. We'd go down. We would be in the garment district.
He really is.
Like we'd be in the garment district. I'm talking like every day, like rain, sleet, snow, like in the garment district, carrying the bags. Like this was not a like, oh, just come on and be cute and get dressed.
Do you think?
No,
do you
like,
think
this
he
was
was?
some real,
Do you
like,
think he was like putting you through like gladiator school?
No,
Like trying
that's
to work
exactly-
you
no,
on to
he
see-
really worked.
This
He was
is what
doing
he
the
does
work.
every
Yeah,
day.
he really worked.
I
Okay.
just joined what he already been had going on.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
talking. This is 30-something years that this man
But it's also
every
a plus
day.
because while he's doing that, he's showing her.
1000%.
He will show you. He'll
1000%.
show you the game. if
Please
you wanna
understand, I've gotten jobs with people that work on ESPN simply just being around.
Learn. Yep.
Right.
Like he is not.
He will
the type
throw
of-
you a job.
He will easily because and then the beautiful thing about him is that like literally his whole. If somebody did not know hit him and was like actually he's like that's my family. Like there's no, it's not a question. It's not a that's my associate. That's somebody that I know. Like that is my family.
He's like that
And
with everybody.
he's like that
he
with
fuck
anybody that is like tight with us. And so it would never be a thing. Like it would be an easy thing that he could have been like, all right, well Ashley, I need you to assist me on this. He'd be like, Ashley, you got it.
Okay.
Yep.
You got it. That's an Ashley thing. I'll never like one of my favorite like things that I get to talk about is like when he kind of threw me the alley for like the Nipsey thing because he knew that I was a huge Nipsey fan. And I mean like celebrity stylists walk through his door like water, like constantly, always.
And then
always.
you be I had to the other day. Someone said, "Oh, this suit looks so nice." Who? And it was something that Fat Joe had on.
Well, you know that
And
was
I
us.
was
then.
like,
that was us.
I was like, and me just talking, like, I was like, "Oh, God probably made that." And it was like, "Who's God?" And I was like,
Who's it? Don't we
to
say that
this
all
day,
the time?
To this day.
We say it all
Yeah.
the time.
See, in the
somebody
fashion
said
world, he's
no
known.
one knew this guy
No.
is from Harlem. The
In
gentleman that I was
I
talking
tell
to from
people all
Harlem
the
did
time,
not
if
know.
you're in the fashion, like if you're a regular person, I get it. But in the fashion world, if you don't know God, I don't care what
Yeah,
level you're on.
tripping.
You're not.
you're
Especially
not-
if you're in
And
hip hop
here's
or
the thing.
an athlete, no.
And I felt like this is someone that is in the fashion world, but for some reason, and then once I started connecting dots and explaining to him and educating
Most
him
people
on it,
know,
he
they
was
just
like,
don't know.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, oh, like and he got it, and I'm like, this suit was made by him. Like this
Yep.
is somebody's style.
And that's
Like,
because
this
guy's
is-
not flashy.
No.
right.
He's not.
But
He's
to
not
me-
all in the video and want to be seen. He's not
Yeah.
that person.
To me, I feel like God brought the clean to hip hop.
Right.
Like a lot,
1000%.
a lot
He
of
brought
it was
tailored.
grimy. He brought the
He
leather
literally
suits,
brought
the
tailored.
denim
Yes.
leathers
Yes.
and all that.
Yep.
He brought
Yes.
that to hip hop.
He
So it's
absolutely
That's what
did.
people ran with.
It's
Everybody
amazing to
was
be a
dressed
part
like
of that
Biggie.
legacy. So
Yeah.
that's what people know us for. They know us for dope shit, and you're gonna get your shit fast.
Yeah.
That's a gift and a curse. To get your
Yeah.
shit fast is a gift and a curse.
Yes.
But the legacy that we come from, the legacy that we're continuously building, is incredible, man. Because like I'll never get tired of talking about this. I never get tired of being a spokesperson for my family because it's absolutely incredible. And sometimes I'll be at home. You got to take a step back and look at all of the shit that we've done. Shit is
Right.
incredible. Like I really haven't grasped the indent that we made on pop culture, but I love when people tell me, and you know, you still humble because that's the OGs that we come from around. But sometimes you gotta pop your shit, and it feel good
Of
when you do
course,
pop
talk your
shit.
accolades.
Right? It feel good when
I
you
be
do pop your
like,
shit.
it's a
Right.
moment. I'ma leave
Yeah,
ego at
yeah.
the door, and then
That part.
sometimes
But
I'ma let that shit.
What I will say is being humble has gotten us longevity because we hear a lot of people talking a lot of shit, and that's dope. We've been consistently in business for 30 plus years, and that is very fucking hard.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Especially,
Yes.
especially when
Crazy.
you're
Hold on,
black.
this is my shit. This
This is this.
Oh, we got noises. Okay.
I was waiting for that the whole episode. Is this a turtle?
Yeah. Ash, so I know you, again, you made some custom pieces in the past. What is your, let's speak about your brand now and what you are doing. How are you doing that?
Sure. So Be Iconic is a company that I started because, again, Shay, everything is, when I was talking to her about just like what I wanted Be Iconic to be and like the idea that I had it, she was like, oh, well, that's a purpose-driven brand. And I had never heard that phrase together before. Right. And basically when she was explaining it to me, I said, yes, it's that exactly. So while, yes, we all grew up in the same place, like I think one thing that the girls probably hit the girls a little bit differently than we hit the boys is that some of us grew up very insecure. Harlem is a very, like, it's gritty. Like, and it's as beautiful as it is, like niggas are cruel. Like, they gonna say some shit about, like, it's a wild place. Like, I went to junior high school at 43 and, like, I saw a pregnant girl get jumped. Like, Harlem was not for the weak.
It was not,
you know what I mean? It was not for the weak. And so I grew up very, very insecure. And so as I was like growing through my journey and like, just kind of getting more comfortable in my skin and like being more comfortable with the person that I was, especially now and surrounding myself with people that actually like love me for the person that I am, care about me, want the best for me, like, you know what I mean? I started to move a little different. I felt a little different, And so when I said I want to give this to other people, how can I do that? Because you can't stand on a soapbox and preach every day. Nobody wants to hear that shit. So I'm like, I know what I can do. The one thing that I'm constantly getting like complimented on, or like the thing that I hear that people say the most about me is they like the way that I dress. I'm like, that's the way that I'm gonna do it. Right. I'm gonna make dope shit. I'm gonna make fly shit for people, but it's gonna have a message. And I'm gonna drill this message so that they'll never see Be Iconic and it will not be synonymous with me wanting them to love themselves just a little bit more. Right. Even if it's you have on a sweater and you're walking down the street and somebody says to me, wow, that's a really nice sweater. Or I love the way that yellow is a really, really nice color. That's automatically going to boost the way that you feel. And so to me, that is what Be Iconic literally embodies through every single, product that we put out.
Just Be Iconic.
And so yes, that is absolutely Be Iconic.
So you're wearing Be Iconic.
You always wear my people's shit.
Yes.
People underestimate how good clothing makes you feel.
1000%.
Because
and that's why I want people to stop buying cheap stuff. Because cheap shit is just for you to go where you need to go, and then you like, I'm not wearing this shit anymore. Kels might have had this sweatsuit for almost 3 years. Yeah. You understand?
It looks like good quality.
Like it's quality, and that's one thing that I like. I really pride myself on that. So I'm like, I want people to know that like that we are quality. I want people to have more pride in their name. I mean, like people will have more pride to say that they have on a European brand than they will to say that they have on like a black brand. Like I'm gonna plug the black brand first every time.
Every time.
And with anything else, it's just extra. That's not primary to me.
You know what I realized about that? When I realized about our people is that it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I realized that materialistic people actually are not fly. No. Like I'm into fashion, right? But if to someone from the outside looking in, they'll be like, "Yo, Kels, you're materialistic," or they'll say a lot of people in our family materialistic, but you'll realize that I can shop
at the thrift store.
I can shop at Old Navy. I can shop at the thrift store. I can shop at H&M. That's not what it is. Yep. Like, and I know people who are so like brand driven, but they never look fly.
Yeah.
Like they never look fly. They be like
not fly being a man.
Yeah, they be like, yo, I got on Gucci, but I'm like, that shit look bullshit.
No,
like,
you don't. It's no work there.
It's no work. This is what I say. Most people go into the store and they get the whole outfit. They're mannequin dresses. They be like, yo, I want that whole outfit. Yeah, the socks, everything. And some people are fly, and I have this debate all the time. Some people are fly, but they have on exactly what you would expect them to have on.
Right.
And it's not that what they have on is whack, but there's some people who, they're rappers, athletes, they're like, yo, he fly, but he's not really fly. Yeah. Every day you see him, he looks exactly how you'd expect him to look.
Right.
Right? I like when I dress like you, or you'll see somebody on Lenox Avenue with a tuxedo jacket on with basketball shorts. And you're like, I would have never thought to do that. I'm like, that's why you're not fly. Most people go to Macy's. Yeah, if you can take a chance, you fly. But if you look exactly how I expect you to look, even though I didn't see you today, you ain't send me a picture, I'm like, oh, you look good, but that's an outfit that I knew you would wear.
Right.
That you're not fly to me.
It's typical.
I don't like typical fashion.
I like when people take chances. Yeah. I like when people step outside of the box and do something that's not necessarily like the norm. I remember I was getting an award once and I had on a hoodie and these like really like lace and like super like beaded like fancy pants, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
She came to accept an award in a hoodie.
That'd be fire.
And,
Put the
like,
picture as
yeah,
she's saying it.
yeah.
That
I'm
looked
gonna
fire.
find
Yeah.
that picture and post it
That
right
looked
here.
fire.
I'm
That
gonna
looked
find it and
fire.
send it to you. And everybody was like, but I just like things like that. Like I don't want to look like
And
everybody
fashion,
else in the room.
Fashion is
Take
about what
those
makes you
chances.
comfortable.
Right.
Like when you put something on and you feel good in it, you don't have to
Yes.
feel all stuffy. You don't have to be like that.
Right.
And also, pegging off what you were saying, like about rappers. Rappers normally have money. They could go in these high-end stores and buy this, Chrome Hearts, That's not fly.
That's
me.
not. It's not.
That's. I mean, you can afford.
It's typical.
That's
Because you
all
can
right.
afford it.
Yeah, all right. You can
There
afford
was
it.
no thought put into it.
Now, the people, like I always say, people who don't have it is some of the flyest people. in the
That's
world.
right.
Okay.
Because they going trying
Yep.
to make an outfit
Creativity.
out of
They have
nothing.
to use their creativity.
Yo, it's
and
crazy.
this is where custom shit come from. This is when you got to cut up your jeans. This
Yeah.
is when you got to do this. Like another thing in Harlem, y'all have some of the items like I've bought from y'all, whatever, that I say is classic items. Now, some years back when y'all first opened Harlem Haberdashery, I remember these. It was jean shorts that was kind of cargo. It had the
With
army.
the cargo pocket. That was actually designed by my Muslim brothers out of Philly, Search and Rescue. And but they come from that same train of
Yeah,
thought, like
and
making
that
something
was
out
like-
of nothing.
A
Because
crazy
Shout out
Philly
to
is
Search
still-
and Rescue.
Yeah, Philly is another one of those cities like that. Like Philly really put it on.
Yeah.
Because and again, when you like, and again, I know people don't like to have the conversation and think about like slavery, and they're like, oh, we don't want to keep, but like a lot of like why Harlem is so rich in culture, places like Philly are so rich in culture, DC. It's because
New
of
Orleans,
Detroit,
for
New
sure.
Orleans.
New Orleans.
It's because a lot of our people migrated there. Like
Yeah.
I am like second generation. Like my
Right.
grandmother brought my brother and my brother, my dad and my uncle up from Greenville, South Carolina to
Yep.
make a better life for them in Harlem. Which is how I
that
ended
was
up
like
there.
my grandmother. Like they came up from down south here
Absolutely.
and started like
Absolutely.
And we
yes.
always make something out of nothing.
Always,
That's
always.
what custom fashion comes from.
Yeah.
I just said to my aunt yesterday, like the other day, she was like, "You gotta bundle the baby up and you gotta do that," and I was like, "We don't gotta do that no more these days." Like, this is the new technology. Like I start my car, so when she gets in the car, it's
warm.
already warm.
Right.
Like we don't gotta bundle it up. Like this
Right.
snowsuit is a warm
It's warm.
snowsuit.
Right.
But
Y'all didn't
in
have
fashion,
that back in the
you
day.
gotta bundle it up.
You-
You're not gonna take away from it. I understand what you're saying. But in
Right.
fashion, you gotta bundle it. You
You do,
like if
but-
you going for a look, you gotta execute that look.
Yeah.
And that's your style. A person, like he said, sometimes people expect, like I expect them, but sometimes you throw people all the way off by
Yeah.
what you have on.
Yep.
I
These
love it.
days, it's like I'm more or less on the comfort side. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah, me
would
too.
love sweatsuits. Like where could we find stuff like this?
So you typically, when I have sweatsuit drops, you will be able to pick them up at Harlem Haberdashery, and then if it's
Yes.
not at Harlem Haberdashery, it's on my website at beiconic.com.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you on the comfort side though. Like I was giving MJ
It took
with the
everything in
loafers
me to
and
put on
and the
some jeans.
Listen,
Yo.
when I saw you with loafers and sweatpants,
Right. You wouldn't have thought to do
and
that.
it still looks good.
Yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't have thought to do that because I'm
That's
just
what-
not.
That's what I love
I'm
about fashion.
like,
Fashion
yeah.
is your own comfort and you feel.
1000%.
It's people who not don't like it.
1000%.
That's up to them.
And that's fine. That's all
but
subjective.
it's all how you feel and how you carry yourself when you're wearing it. So
1000%.
that's
Yo,
that's
I've been on luxury comfort for the last probably 5 years. What's crazy is 10 years ago, I used to always say, yo, I'll never wear sweatpants. And that's all I wear now.
Yeah.
Now, if
You was
people
very big on jeans.
if people see me in jeans now, they were like, what the
like
fuck?
this is a rare day. Like it's sweatpants, swishy pants.
But you
shit like
know
that.
what I like about sweatpants is not supposed to be fly. So when people see it, that's the same thing. Why I used to love camo is the same thing. Is that people's like that's not supposed to be fly, but you did that shit so fly. That's why I like sweatpants
Because
you can
people
dress it up.
look at it and they think of it. It was like my grandma's mind. That's some shit you're wearing when you're doing the laundry,
Right.
Or
Or
you
running
doing
errands.
you running errands.
Or you ran
exactly
out
right.
of jeans.
Right,
And sweats
right.
is 1000% an outfit for me.
It's an outfit.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
I've
yes.
gone like out in sweats.
I just hate that certain places you
Oh,
go
right.
at night will be like,
They get
yo,
all-
you got on sweats.
Yeah,
This is my problem with with dress codes is right. So like May said, he said when I'm in my fresh clothes, I'm the reason why they made the dress code,
Yeah.
right? So me in a sweatsuit and Rock from the Block on the sweatsuit is two different
completely
people.
different things.
It's
Right.
two different
Yes.
people.
I don't got Nike Tech on.
Right. But I don't like how sweatsuits got a bad name because, but I get why they gotta say no sweatsuit because then Rock from the Block, like, what about him?
Right.
But the doorman should say, nigga, that's not the same outfit.
That ain't
not
that.
the same.
That's not the
They say
same. You
that.
got on
The
champion.
doorman
Yeah.
should do that. It's
They
their
used to be
discretion,
like that.
but
But
Yeah.
I do get why they have the dress codes and all of that. Like, but it's not the same.
they
like,
figured I wouldn't wow when I'm in my French
right.
clothes.
But those be the most dangerous people.
Let me tell you, we messed it up. We messed it up going to the club in HR outfits.
Oh, that was a
we
crazy
messed it up.
era.
Yeah.
We
The sweater
messed it
vest
up.
era was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
The
The
button-
blazers.
The button up and fitted was a nasty era.
That was a
hated
nasty era.
Did you used to wear Wallabies one?
What?
We from Harlem. We got Staten Island.
Y'all wore Maurice. Don't
Oh,
act
what's
like
wrong?
y'all didn't wear
Yo,
Maurice.
shout out, yo, Chio, yo, hold on,
No,
hold on.
no.
Chio had the hood crazy with Morris. Shout out to Shoe
I
Fetish.
never
Morris
wore
was
I
always
never
I
Morris
like
trash.
Morris. I
You
never
didn't
got
wear
them though.
Morris
I
was
wanted
always
them.
trash.
I never got them.
Maurice.
I was like, this is an elevated like dad gator shoe.
Word, Morris was trash.
Trash.
That was a-
like a comfortable gator.
What was
I
the
never
trend?
wanted to wear a
was
comfortable
trash.
What
gator.
was the trend
Never.
that you hated in Harlem?
Maurice.
Maurice.
Morris
Yeah,
was
I'm
trash.
Dead trash.
I didn't like the button ups that guys was
I
wearing
hated
at
it.
one point. A
Word.
lot of guys.
It
Now,
was
you know what had the hood in a chokehold, and rightfully so, because I actually want a pair like right now. The Prada American Cup.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
just
those
bought a
classics.
pair.
Those is classic.
Bought a pair. Hold on.
Those might be
Fire.
undisputedly
But I
Fire.
bought them for
the best
nostalgia reasons.
sneakers in the world.
Yeah, that's what I
You
want.
can wear those with anything. Any
I want them
type
for nostalgia
of engagement. That's you.
Yo, you know what trend I absolutely hated, but I don't know if this was just in Harlem. When we wore the big fitted hats, it was a very nasty time
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
in
You
America.
And I fell victim to that. I'm not
Yo,
gonna
the
lie.
big
I used to
fitted
wear my
hat
shit
was
to the
nuts.
side.
Was crazy. Your hat, both your
Yeah.
ears under your hat was
Yeah,
crazy.
I fell victim to do-rag too.
Yo,
Yeah.
that
I
and
felt
that,
it.
and when dudes was wearing belts as chains.
Oh,
The Louis or the BB Simmons
Around
dudes was
his
wearing
belt.
them as
I
chains.
don't-
It was very nasty.
What was the
Or the baggy era in general. I
the
just-
baggy era in general? You look
was
at it, you be
nasty.
like,
Yeah,
oh my
I
god.
can't even
eek.
believe somebody let me out the house like that. Now,
I mean,
I
I kind
let
of low key,
myself
I'm
out.
into it. I do
The
it
crazy
now.
thing, the
I
baggy
like the
era is
baggy
back.
era
Like,
now.
Yeah.
But I think the
I
baggy
like
era
the baggy
now
era
is a little
now.
bit more sophisticated than what it was because now the waist fits you, but the jeans are baggy.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then, I was a size 32. I was wearing 42.
Jeans, why? Right.
And
your belt is
yeah.
like.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And it's buckled in the out in the back.
I love the baggy era now.
Yeah, I
the baggy
love
era
it.
back then was
No.
nasty.
Yeah,
I
love
tried
it.
on a baseball jacket that I had from the
And it's-
early 2000s. It was a size 54.
Right.
Oh
I don't
my
And it was big on you now.
how
Imagine
you
back
have
then.
it.
What? I couldn't understand. I'm like, yo, what's
Yo,
wrong?
Yo, I'm
with
about
It was
100
out of
pounds
our
bigger than I
mind.
was in 2001.
Yeah.
And I try that stuff on now. And I'm like, what the like who?
What was I? Yeah, where was
like,
I
this
going?
is crazy.
What's
Yeah.
some of the trends that you love though?
Yo, I love Parasuco jeans, man. And I've been trying to find Parasuco with the white.
I like that. I like that.
Parasuco and Jabot jeans was dope.
Parasuco, that was the whole thing. First of all, did y'all ever go? You was not fly if you ain't used to go to 3rd Avenue in the Bronx and get the 2 for $40. They used to have the Pepe,
Pepe.
Yeah.
or the Jabot.
Oh,
or the
Pepe
Jordan.
jeans was fire.
East side, we had Jans. We would go
Jans
to
on
Jans.
the east side. But
Pepe.
Jans used to go to the east side for the polos.
No, Jans had
That-
Pepe.
Jans did
Jans
have
had
Pepe.
Pepe.
I got my first. I got my
Jans
first
had
Pepe
Pepe.
jeans too from
Jans
Jans.
With Pepe's,
Yeah.
Pele's. Oh, Jans
We used
was
to go,
big.
so we bypassed, I guess because the Bronx was closer to us. So we bypassed the east side. We went to 3rd Avenue on 149th
Yeah.
Street, and they had those like little like meet-up spots
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
And you would get the Pepe, the t-shirt,
2 for
Pepe
40, yep.
t-shirt,
Yep.
and the jeans for $40.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
lovely
Yeah.
era.
That was
Pepe
a
was
good
fire.
time.
I
See,
remember
if
That
you
was
don't
a
understand,
good time.
even back then, for short money, you can get
You was
fly.
fly.
Like
For
now
the key,
it's like
you could get fly for the key.
Right.
Period.
We
Yeah,
wasn't really
like
getting fly for
everything-
nothing but to
yeah.
stand on the
like
floor.
$100, you had an outfit.
You had
Yeah.
a full
or,
outfit.
or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full outfit.
So it
And
was
with the
different
Coach
then.
belt, with the Coach belt.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
I love the
would
Coach
love
Belt
to-
with the tassel.
Yes.
What?
Exactly.
Yo,
With that,
but the tassel was crazy.
You know, but you want to know, you know what I love?
I used to judge girls if they didn't have a coach
had
belt
a
with
tassel
tassel.
'cause
I'm
it's
like, nah,
I
but
had
you ain't
flavors.
doing nothing with your
I
life.
had flavors.
and
in
I'm
them.
gonna tell you what was the ultimate killer. We gonna put it all together. The Coach belt with the Pepe shirt. I mean, not the Pepe shirt with the Parasuco. Like say if they had the red Coach belt
With the
with the
Parasuco
Parasucos
jeans
with
with
the
the red
red,
stitch.
Yeah.
with the
With
red,
the red
with the
stitches.
sneakers
Yeah.
with the red and with
Red Jordans on.
Skate Key, that was it. She
Yeah,
was the
that
baddest
was
joint
lit.
there. Yeah.
That
But
was
let me
good.
tell you,
And
know
don't
what?
throw it advancing on top of that.
Oh, you was fly.
yeah.
That's the one thing for my child. I'm
Same.
coming back for Advancing in Blood.
I just said the same
But I
thing.
want specific ones. That's
I
my
did not
problem.
have Advancing.
I'm cool with
I
just
cried
all
to
black.
my mother. She got me a fucking Harley Davidson. Like, yo, you're gonna be different.
No, Harley Davidson was
But we
fire.
didn't know that. We didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that back then.
But I'm not gonna lie, your
I
brother was the
didn't
one
know
who told
that.
us. Vado was the one who told us that Harley Davidson was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
a lot of people not gonna give him that
my
credit.
mother
Uptown,
was
he's like,
like-
word, like, yo, this shit is fire.
Harley Davidson was
It wasn't cheap.
Now,
My
but
mother
back
wasn't
then,
buying either one
back
of
then
them.
it wasn't.
He was protecting you back then.
Yo,
you had
he
to,
knew I was-
No.
So you had to tell niggas like, nah, the Harleys is sick. You just making sure see, that's what a brother's supposed to do. Make
No,
sure
but
you
he
do
had
it.
one too.
Yeah.
I really thought. I was like, oh, that is fly.
Yo, my mother was like, we went downtown. I will never forget.
Yo,
we
yeah,
wanted
nah.
dancing.
Genesis, y'all went to Genesis
Yes,
on 59th Street.
we did, and she was like, "No, this is Tia. You doing this? You
Yeah.
doing this?" And she forced it on me.
But what's I
and I
remember.
liked
still
it.
I
want
remember
I'm
wanting
giving me
advancing.
Advancing.
This is the problem with growing up in a family that made clothes. I said, y'all want advancing.
And
God
Motherfucker
said,
God
"I'ma
makes
make
me
you
a
one."
fucking. I said, that's nothing to say, bro.
Yeah, yeah.